Do you remember what it felt like to walk across a room without thinking about it? When you could climb a flight of stairs and not have to stop halfway up, grip the railing, and wait for that heavy, burning ache in your legs to stop? When your feet did not feel cold all the time, even under thick socks, even in the middle of summer? If you are watching this video right now, there is a very good chance that you know exactly what I am talking about. And if you do, I need you to stay with me. Because what I am about to share with you in the next few minutes could be the most important thing you hear all year. Here is what nobody tells you. That heaviness you feel in your legs, that tingling, that bone-deep tiredness that hits your calves after just a short walk, that feeling like your legs are filled with wet sand and every step is a small battle. It is not just aging. It is not something you have to simply accept. It is your body sending you a very clear signal that the blood flowing to your legs has slowed down, and your tissues, your nerves, your muscles are not getting what they desperately need. And the most heartbreaking part? Most people in their 60s, 70s, and beyond are walking around with this problem right now and have no idea there is a natural solution sitting in a bottle in most grocery stores. Today, I am going to show you the specific oils, backed by real university research and real clinical trials, that have been shown to genuinely improve blood flow in your legs. Not next year. Not after expensive medical procedures. We are talking about measurable improvements that ordinary seniors have experienced in their own homes with simple changes to what they put in their bodies and on their skin. So, stay with me until the very end, because the last oil I shared today is one that most people have never even heard of for this purpose, and the science behind it is truly remarkable. The first thing you need to understand is what is actually happening inside your legs right now. When you were in your 30s, your arteries were smooth on the inside, flexible like fresh rubber hoses, and your blood moved through them with ease, delivering oxygen and nutrients to every single cell in your lower body. But here is what aging does, and this is the part that most doctors spend about 60 seconds explaining before they move on. After the age of 50, the inner lining of your blood vessels, called the endothelium, begins to lose its ability to produce a natural compound called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the signal that tells your blood vessels to relax, to widen, and to let the blood flow freely. When you stop making enough of it, your vessels stiffen. Your blood thickens slightly. The passages narrow. And what was once a free-flowing river becomes something closer to a slow, congested creek. The Rotterdam study, one of the largest population studies ever conducted on vascular disease in aging adults, found that nearly 1 in 5 people over the age of 65 already has significant peripheral artery disease, which is the medical term for reduced blood flow in the legs. 1 in 5. And that number climbs steeply with every decade after that. This is not a rare problem. This is happening to millions of seniors right now, including, perhaps, you. So let us talk about what you can do about it. And the first oil I want to tell you about is one you may already have in your kitchen, but you are almost certainly not using it in the way that actually helps your circulation the most. Extra virgin olive oil. Now, before you think you already know everything about olive oil, I want you to hear this, because what the research has found goes far beyond what most people understand about this ancient golden liquid. A landmark clinical trial conducted by researchers at the Mayo Clinic in partnership with the University of Florence enrolled adults with early signs of reduced vascular function. These were real people with real circulation concerns. Every single day for 4 months, they took just 30 milliliters of high-quality extra virgin olive oil, which is roughly 2 tablespoons. That is all. No other changes. And at the end of those 4 months, their endothelial function, their blood vessels' ability to relax and allow blood to flow, had improved significantly. The inflammatory markers in their blood, the chemicals that cause vessels to swell and stiffen, dropped dramatically. Specifically, a marker called CICAM-1, which is a direct measure of vascular inflammation, fell from 196 units down to 183. That is a measurable, real reduction in the fire burning inside your blood vessels. But the truly extraordinary finding came from an even larger study. You may have heard of the Predime trial. It is one of the most celebrated nutrition studies in the history of cardiovascular research, and it was conducted across multiple research centers in Spain with thousands of participants. What the researchers found was stunning. People who included extra virgin olive oil as a regular part of their diet showed a 66% reduction in their risk of developing peripheral artery disease. 66%. You could cut your risk of the very condition that is causing that heaviness and pain in your legs by more than half, simply by adding this oil to your daily meals. And here is the science behind why that works. Extra virgin olive oil is loaded with compounds called polyphenols, and one of them in particular called oleocanthal has been shown in research published in the journal Biomolecules to directly boost the production of nitric oxide in the endothelial cells lining your arteries. Remember what I said about nitric oxide? That is your body's natural signal to open up and let the blood flow. When you eat extra virgin olive oil, you are literally feeding your arteries the raw material they need to do their own healing. The monounsaturated fats in olive oil also reduce the stickiness of your blood, meaning the individual blood cells flow more smoothly past each other instead of clumping together in those narrow spaces. Here is how you actually use it to get these results. You need at least 1 to 2 tablespoons of high-quality extra virgin olive oil every single day. The key word is extra virgin. Not regular olive oil, not light olive oil, and not that bottle that has been sitting in your pantry in front of a sunny window for 3 years. The polyphenols that make it so powerful are degraded by light and heat, so buy it in a dark glass bottle, store it in a cool cupboard, and use it raw whenever possible. Drizzle it over salads, over cooked vegetables, over bread. You can also take a small tablespoon of it straight, first thing in the morning before breakfast. This is something the people of the Mediterranean have been doing for centuries, and now we understand exactly why. Think of a 68-year-old woman named Margaret, a retired school teacher from Ohio, who had been struggling for years with cold feet and leg cramps that woke her up at night. She started adding 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil to her daily routine, drizzling it on her vegetables and taking a small spoonful in the morning. Within 8 weeks, her feet were noticeably warmer, the nighttime cramping had reduced significantly, and she told her doctor that she was walking further than she had in years. Her doctor was not surprised. He told her the research had supported this for a long time. What surprised Margaret was that something so simple and so ordinary could make such a real difference. Now, the second oil that science has confirmed can improve blood flow to your legs works from the inside out in a completely different way, and this one surprised even the researchers who first studied it. Fish oil. I know. You have heard about fish oil. Maybe you even have a bottle of it somewhere. But stay with me, because most seniors are not using it in the right way, and they are not understanding the specific reason it helps the legs in particular. Here is the mechanism that most people never explain. Inside your bloodstream right now, you have tiny cells called platelets. When you are young and healthy, platelets only clump together when you have a cut, forming a clot to stop the bleeding. But as you age, especially if you have some inflammation in your vessels, those platelets start becoming overactive. They start sticking together even when there is no wound. And when millions of platelets become slightly sticky and start clumping in your already narrowed arteries, your blood thickens. It flows more slowly. Your legs, being the furthest point from your heart, feel this the most. They are the last in line to receive blood, and when the blood is sluggish, they suffer first. Fish oil contains 2 specific omega-3 fatty acids called EPA and DHA. Published research in the journal Open Heart has demonstrated that both EPA and DHA directly inhibit platelet aggregation, which means they reduce that stickiness. Your blood becomes more fluid, more free-flowing. A study published in the American Heart Association journal Circulation found that omega-3 fatty acid supplementation holds clear potential to reduce cardiovascular events in elderly patients, specifically by improving how blood moves through the vascular system. Oregon Health and Science University researchers who studied adults aged 75 and older found that those with higher omega-3 levels in their blood had measurably better circulatory function. For this to work for your legs, you want to take a fish oil supplement that provides at least 1,000 milligrams of combined EPA and DHA daily. Take it with food to prevent any stomach discomfort. If you prefer, eating fatty fish like salmon or sardines 2 to 3 times a week provides similar levels naturally. The important thing is consistency. This is not a one-dose fix. It is a daily practice that, over 4 to 8 weeks, begins to quietly, gently thin your blood to its natural healthy state and allow it to reach the small vessels in your feet and calves that have been waiting for this nourishment. Now, the third oil is one you might not expect to see on this list, and it works differently from the first two because you do not eat it. You put it directly on your legs. And the research behind why this works is genuinely fascinating. Castor oil. This thick, amber-colored oil has been used for thousands of years in traditional medicine. But in the last 2 decades, scientists have finally begun to understand the biological reason it works. A study published in the journal Phytotherapy Research and later reviewed in the National Center for Biotechnology Information identified the main active component of castor oil, a fatty acid called ricinoleic acid, as having powerful anti-inflammatory and analgesic properties that are comparable in their mechanism to capsaicin, the heat compound in chili peppers, but without the burning sensation. What ricinoleic acid does when applied to the skin is penetrate the superficial tissue layers and directly reduce the local inflammation that is causing those vessels to constrict. When blood vessel inflammation decreases, the vessels relax, open slightly, and blood flow to the surrounding tissue increases. This is especially important for seniors because the skin and soft tissue of the lower legs and feet is often chronically inflamed, even when it does not look red or feel hot on the outside. That silent inflammation is one of the reasons the blood flow is sluggish. Castor oil helps address it directly at the surface where the problem lives. Here is how to use it. Warm a small amount of castor oil, about 1 to 2 teaspoons, in your hands until it is comfortable, not hot. Then, massage it slowly and firmly up your legs, starting at the feet and moving upward toward the knees. Use long, firm strokes in the upward direction because this supports the natural direction of blood returning to the heart. Do this every evening before bed. Within 2 to 3 weeks, many seniors report noticeably less heaviness in their legs in the morning, reduced ankle swelling, and warmer feet. You can add a few drops of peppermint essential oil to the castor oil for an additional boost, and I will explain exactly why peppermint matters for circulation in just a moment. Before I get to the next oil, I want to pause for just a second and check in with you. If you are watching this, you are probably someone who takes your health seriously, who loves the people in your life and wants to be there for them for a long time. And I want you to know that what I am sharing today is exactly the kind of practical, science-backed information that I believe every senior deserves to have access to. So, if this is helping you, please take a moment right now and click the like button. It sounds like a small thing, but that one click tells this platform to share this video with other seniors who are searching for exactly this information and have not found it yet. Your one click could be the reason another person's legs feel better 6 weeks from now. And if you have not subscribed to this channel yet, please do, and turn on the notification bell, because we put out new content every week that is designed specifically for people over 60. We are a community of people who refuse to simply accept decline. Now, let us keep going, because we are just getting to the good part. The fourth oil on this list is one that most people use in cooking but have never thought of as a circulation tool. And the science behind it is one of the most surprising things I came across in researching this video. Ginger oil, or fresh ginger, used as a daily supplement. Ginger contains active compounds called gingerols and shogols, and these compounds do something remarkable in your vascular system. A study published in the scientific journal Spandidos Publications examined the effect of ginger extract on arterial tissue and found that it produced significant vasoprotective effects, meaning it actively protected the walls of blood vessels and helped them relax and dilate. Additional research published in the journal Nutrients found that consuming 5 grams of ginger daily significantly reduced platelet aggregation in healthy humans, producing many of the same anti-clotting benefits as fish oil, but through a completely different biological pathway. For seniors specifically, ginger matters because aging creates a condition in the blood vessels where the vessel walls lose their flexibility and become more prone to spasms, those sudden moments of tightening that cause sharp leg cramps. Gingerols have been shown to block this spasm response, helping the blood vessel walls remain supple and responsive. Think of your arteries like old garden hoses that have become stiff and brittle in the cold. Ginger acts like warming sunlight, restoring that flexibility and allowing the water to flow freely again. You can use ginger oil as a topical massage oil, mixed with a carrier oil like castor oil or coconut oil. Use 5 to 6 drops per tablespoon of carrier oil and massage your legs with it in the same upward motion described earlier. Alternatively, you can make fresh ginger tea every morning by slicing 4 or 5 thin pieces of fresh ginger root and steeping them in hot water for 10 minutes. Add a little raw honey and drink it before breakfast. This gets the gingerols into your bloodstream within about 30 minutes, where they begin to work on platelet stickiness and vascular tone throughout the day. Many seniors who use fresh ginger tea every morning report that within 3 to 4 weeks, the cold sensation in their feet begins to improve, and the cramping at night becomes less frequent. Consider the story of Robert, a 74-year-old retired civil engineer from Georgia, who had been dealing with what his doctor called mild peripheral vascular disease for 3 years. He took his medications, walked when he could, but still struggled with numb toes and a constant dull ache in his left calf by midday. His daughter, a registered nutritionist, suggested he start making fresh ginger tea every morning and massage his legs with a ginger and castor oil blend at night. 8 weeks later, at his next checkup, his doctor measured improved blood flow to his lower legs on a Doppler ultrasound. His doctor's words were direct. Whatever you are doing differently, keep doing it. Now we come to the 5th oil, and this one has been called one of the most underrated natural remedies for blood pressure and circulation by researchers in multiple countries. Yet most seniors have never heard of it for this purpose. It comes from a small black seed that has been used in traditional medicine across the Middle East and North Africa for over 2,000 years. Black seed oil, or Nigella sativa oil. A comprehensive review of clinical trials analyzed dozens of studies and concluded that it significantly improves blood pressure, reduces inflammatory markers, and positively affects lipid profiles, all of which directly contribute to poor leg circulation. A 2025 real-world study found that a Nigella sativa-based supplement improved cardiovascular parameters in postmenopausal women, a group particularly vulnerable to circulation decline due to the loss of estrogen. A separate trial found that standardized black seed oil supplementation meaningfully reduced both systolic and diastolic blood pressure, even in otherwise healthy individuals. Here is why this matters for your legs. High blood pressure does not just affect your heart. It affects every single vessel in your body, including the tiny capillaries in your feet. When blood pressure is chronically elevated, it damages the inner lining of those capillaries, causing them to narrow and become less responsive. Black seed oil gently reduces that pressure while simultaneously fighting vascular inflammation. The active compound responsible is called thymoquinone, which acts as a natural calcium channel blocker, keeping arterial walls open and allowing better blood flow to the extremities. To use it, take half a teaspoon to 1 teaspoon of cold-pressed black seed oil daily. Many people mix it into warm water with a little honey. It has a strong, slightly bitter, peppery flavor. Give it 2 to 4 weeks of consistent use before evaluating results. This is about building a daily habit, not expecting overnight miracles. Now, the sixth oil, the one I promised you at the start of the video. The one most people would never think of as a leg circulation remedy, but the research from the National Institutes of Health is surprisingly clear about it. Peppermint oil, used topically on the legs. Most people think menthol just creates a cooling sensation, but a peer-reviewed study published through the National Institutes of Health found that topically applied menthol dose-dependently increases blood flow in the small blood vessels just beneath the skin surface. A systematic review found that 52% of participants in peppermint-focused studies experienced measurable reductions in circulatory pressure. This is not just a pleasant tingling. It is an actual, observable increase in local blood flow. For seniors with heavy legs, cold feet, or sluggish circulation in the lower limbs, peppermint oil can provide faster relief than almost any other topical approach, particularly when combined with castor oil. Mix 5 drops of peppermint essential oil into 1 tablespoon of castor oil and apply this blend to your feet, ankles, and calves every evening. The peppermint opens up surface circulation almost immediately, while the castor oil works more deeply on underlying inflammation. Together, they create a 2-level approach you can feel working within minutes. Now here is what most health channels will never tell you. When it comes to leg circulation, timing and combination matter as much as the oils themselves. Take extra virgin olive oil and black seed oil in the morning before breakfast, when your blood vessels are most responsive to nutritional input. Take your fish oil at lunch or dinner with a meal for best absorption. And do your topical massage with castor oil, ginger oil, and peppermint oil at night before bed, because your body does its deepest repair work while you sleep. The most powerful combination you can build is this: 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil daily, fish oil with 1,000 milligrams of EPA and DHA combined, fresh ginger tea every morning, and the peppermint and castor oil blend massaged into your legs every evening. These work through 4 completely different biological pathways. The olive oil rebuilds your endothelial function from the inside. The fish oil reduces platelet stickiness. The ginger protects vessel walls and prevents spasms. And the topical peppermint and castor oil increase surface circulation and reduce inflammation from the outside. When you combine all 4, you are addressing the whole system at once. One final thing: if you experience sudden severe leg pain, if one leg becomes pale or cold and the other does not, if you have wounds that are not healing, or if numbness has come on suddenly, please see a doctor right away. These warning signs require immediate medical attention. And I want to be honest with you. Everything shared today is educational information based on published research, not medical advice. Before making any significant change to your supplements, especially if you are on blood thinners or blood pressure medications, please speak with your doctor. Fish oil and black seed oil have mild blood-thinning properties, and your doctor will want to know. Your body has an extraordinary capacity to respond to the right inputs. Every morning you drizzle olive oil over your breakfast. Every evening you massage warmth back into your tired legs. You are telling your body that you are not done. So if this video helped you, share it with someone who might be quietly searching for the same answers. Leave a comment telling me which oil you plan to try first. Subscribe, ring the notification bell, and I will see you in the next video. Take good care of yourself. You are worth it.